That's right, folks. This is a power antenna, mast and motor from my 1995 Cadillac Fleetwood Brougham. In this video, we are going to do a complete teardown and diagnose what the hell is wrong with this thing. Well, I already know initially what's wrong with it. Last winter, I had the car running, and when I walked down the driveway, I slipped, and out of my own stupidity, the first thing I grabbed onto was the power antenna while it was up. And now it doesn't even retract. It works, but the middle half is bent, and you can clearly see that the other half is snapped off. Now when I fell, the whole nylon cable just came out and was just dangling like that. So, unfortunately, there goes my power antenna. And there's a piece of it still inside. You can clearly see. And I can't get the son of a bitch out. And I've already cut myself while trying to pull it out, and I just got myself right there. And I'm not happy about that. To be quite honest, it was a real pain in the ass to get this goddamn thing out. My grandfather, when he owned the car before me, he did some slight modifications to the power antenna himself. And he superglued this piece onto the car. You can still see some glue residue. And he superglued this piece, and you can clearly see that I had a hell of a time trying to get this thing off, because it was stuck to that, and this piece was stuck to the car. So there I am, cursing, flipping out, saying every single thing in the swear book, until I finally got this to come off and got that to come off. Now there's another issue. Initially what I wanted to do was I wanted to just take the mast off, because the mast is busted and the nylon cable is still fine. I cannot, for the life of me, get this piece to come off. This is called the final piece. It actually screws on, and yeah. If I were to take this off, it would allow the whole metal piece to come right off the nylon cable. Well, since I can't get this to unscrew, I thought, well, I might as well replace the whole goddamn mast and nylon cable. So far, I've only taken a couple screws out. I took these two screws out from this side and the other side. I took that screw out from there. I took these retaining clips, or clamps if you want to call them that. Look at all the corrosion and rust on that one, holy shit. The other one went flying somewhere as I was prying it off. It bounced off my door and I don't know where it is. So I pried those off, and really that's all that's holding this assembly together. Now all I need to do is, I think I have to remove this rubber piece. I don't know yet. But really all I need to do is pry the case open, and I've already started. You can kind of see that it's splitting open here. Really what I want to do is see if the nylon cable is tangled up inside, or if there's something preventing me from pulling this goddamn thing out. Because I'm unable to take the mast off by unscrewing that piece, and I can't pull it out because there's something in there preventing me from pulling it out. So, yeah. I also removed this piece. This is what plugs into your amplifier in the car. This plugs into the amplifier. This half goes right in there. And for some reason there's grease on it. I don't know why. And I don't know who did that. I can only say for sure my grandfather probably is the one responsible for that. So, yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the camera on the tripod and I'm going to try to pry this sucker open. Oh, jeez, this thing's stuck. Oh, you know what it is? There is a little rivet. Actually, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Shit. Yeah, there's rivets holding this damn assembly together. Right there. There's one in there. Right there. And right there. So I don't know if I can get this thing apart. I really don't think I can. Because I'm just trying to go about this as easy as possible. Like, I really don't want to bust this thing, and I really don't want to pay the money for a replacement one. Okay, just give me a minute and I'll see what I can do here, because from the looks of it, it's not coming apart easily without a fight. Okay, so far I'm making a little bit of progress, but not enough to satisfy me. I'm almost done getting this one rivet out, but that's like 1 out of 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's 3, okay. That's 1 out of 3 rivets I have to deal with, and that's just a pain in the ass. Alright, got it out. And it was a pain in the ass. Believe it or not. Well, 3 more to go. Alrighty. After about, I'd say about half an hour of pounding the crap out of these rivets, there's 4 of them. This one was the most hardest one to get out, because it was right in the middle there. Holy mackerel. Now I should be able to get the casing open without having to pry on anything. Really, why did they just stick with these stupid little clips? These things are really tight, and when you get them off, boy do they go flying, because they're under so much tension. And all the crap that fell out and landed on the floor, it's just disgusting. Okay, so I'm not liking what I'm seeing in here. This doesn't look good. I'm just gonna try to open the case with both hands here. Okay, I didn't like that sound. Okay. Oh my god. Alrighty, well, there is a pretty good reason why this thing didn't work properly. That's why. Holy, yeah. Apparently this thing is just tied in a knot. And look at all of that crap coming out. Ew. So, there's part of the nylon cable. So, yeah, I had to take this thing apart because right in there's another piece of that nylon cable. And this is how it feeds through. When you put the new cable through, it grabs on through one of these holes and then it wraps around. Unfortunately, the cable had snapped. Now, this wasn't because of me. What I did was I ended up breaking the antenna mast. Okay, so I got the mast out, and that's what it looks like. It's actually supposed to be nice and straight, and yeah, that's what happens. So I have to replace the whole mast with the cable. That's probably going to kill me by 30, maybe 40 bucks. I'm trying to go all stock on this one. I don't want any other parts or second-hand parts or anything. So now I got to get this stupid piece out, and I don't know how I'm going to do it. To be quite honest, I didn't think I'd get this far. Yeah. Wow. And this thing must have been working its butt off, because there is absolutely, well, there is grease in here, but it's all turned to sludge. The rubber gasket is shot. It's falling apart, and it's turning into this black goo. I don't know what the heck this stuff is. Maybe dust? Yeah, so this whole drive shaft here is quite dirty. Even the coil pack here, look how black that is. That's not good. But the power antenna still works. Like, this motor still works. Well, probably not anymore, because I kind of had to pound the crap out of the stupid rivets to get it out. So I may have thrown something off here. Yeah, so at least I'm going to wash this part, because this piece here I can actually clean. And yeah, there's more grease there. And it's not even slippery. It's actually really, really sticky. Doesn't feel good on the hands. This thing barely moves. It's supposed to spin freely, but it stays wherever you put it. And that would have sat right there. And yeah, that scraping sound that it makes, that's not good. It's supposed to actually, it's supposed to spin smooth like butter. And it doesn't. So let's see if I can get that piece of cable out of there. Okay. Alright. Oh, crap, I almost got it. Yeah, this is not that bad. Okay, so how one would get this in here, I don't know. Because if you can see right there, like, it's not easy to pull that out. So how can anyone get this thing to grab on to that? That's what I don't understand. Yeah, so anyway. Okay. Alright, I got it out. So, there's part of the nylon cable, and this is the hook. Okay, so after about, I'd say another half an hour or more, I completely disassembled the motor, and I cleaned the housing. Looks like brand new. I cleaned the gear. Cleaned it as best I could. And I put a little bit of grease on there. And I greased all the way around. Greased the spindle part, and I greased the stopper mechanism. Now what the stopper mechanism does is it tells this thing that the antenna has gone all the way up and it locks. So if I turn it all the way around, it locks. And then turn it all the way the other way, it locks. So that works, so there's nothing broken off of that. Yeah, I just re-greased the shaft here. Put a little bit of grease right there. I didn't clean the coil because I didn't really want to mess with it, and I'm not comfortable with doing that. So, and this is a really crude looking fuse. That's a fuse right there. It's a good thing that didn't blow, because I wouldn't have had a clue on how to fix that. But that is really crude looking. Holy crap. Yeah, this was easy to remove. All I had to do was just pick it up and it came right out. And it was easy to put it back in because I just had to follow those lines there. So, all in all, I should be ready to go here. I'm just going to put a little bit more grease in here. Well, you know, the more grease the better. Because before, this thing would make a really loud grinding noise, which didn't sound good. That was probably the cable getting all tied up in there, and this whole assembly was just, it had no grease left in it. Okay, so, and there we go. And now it's all assembled. Now, I don't have to put the rivets back in. I'm just going to put it together with those clips. Or I might actually might buy some screws with little nuts on them and just tighten it. I mean, that's stupid. Like, if you ever want to service this thing, you have to pop all 4 rivets out just to get to the damn motor. That sucks. As for this piece, honest to God, I need to know a little bit more about this, because I don't know if that's part of the antenna in there or if that's supposed to be there. I don't know. Because every time when I keep looking at this antenna, it's all broken off on the bottom. And when I'm looking in there, it looks like it's pieces broken off. I honestly don't know. Anyway, that's strange. Well, after a couple minutes or so, I put the back end of the power antenna up the hole. It's the only small thing that can fit up there. And look what popped out. The other part of the antenna that snapped off. So, all I have to do now is grab it. Holy shit, look at the size of that piece. You know, I could have put a brand new mast in there and I wouldn't have known that this was there. There it is. That's the piece that would have attached to this antenna, but it broke off. And, yeah, so I'm glad I got that out, and, yeah, I think the next antenna will be very easy to install, provided that my damn motor doesn't burn out. because I think I've done everything right. I cleaned it, I greased it, and put everything back together. So this has just been a teardown video. In my next video I'm going to show how to install the power antenna, but I need to have this put in the car in order to do it. So anyway, thanks for watching this tutorial on how to take apart a power antenna bobber thingy for a 1995 Cadillac Fleetwood.